Aloha, everybody. It is a beautiful day. It's not really a beautiful day, but today I would like to come on live and hope you watch this and you share, okay? Um, you can share it to groups or whatever, okay? Hi, Missy. Hi, San. Okay, I am here. I am from Nacelle, Washington, and I am about to this is a free talk. Okay, there are things that I have been gone through and like in the public and I have seen it online. I would like to just to talk about it, and those of you who are my fan and my friends, it is always nice to see you guys on live, especially my own son. He is my first person to jump in. So while we're doing that, if you don't mind, you can start sharing, and hope you guys are having a great day. And I know over here in this part of um, America, in the northwest, or we're at the coast, it is raining, and we had hails earlier. I hope it won't be that bad throughout the week because I have planned for next week. Hi, Feao Ofatwe. So at the same time, I am on YouTube, and also I am on this page of mine. And just for your information, I have few pages, so you can share or you can hook it up. I think I am connecting to all the pages. And with that being said, I hope you guys are doing great. Hi, Ford. Love you. Okay, Ford and Feal, make sure you forward or you share my co-fund. And this is a free talk, and this is on YouTube and also Facebook Live. All right. But first of all, let's talk about food. Some of you guys like food. Okay. So I have my food here. Okay. You watch it. It's a it's an avocado. Okay, let me show you. It's a piece of avocado, okay? A piece of lettuce, tomato, and avocado. Those of you who are eating balanced meal or you're going on diet, I think this is it. Okay, so here, I usually don't like to waste food. You can tell by my size, okay? But here it is, a piece of avocado, okay? And I have some grab salad. You can add it on, all right? You can add it on. How about that? And it's all right. Okay. So, what's yours? What's yours, brother? Okay, here it is. You want to watch how I eat it? Huh? Okay, I am going to talk about few things today. And those of you who are watching, 9 of you guys, so I am going to start with this. It's nice to eat it like this. Look. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's where the money goes. It's $5. You get this in the restaurant. It's not gonna be $5. It's gonna be more. Remember? Mm-mm. Hi, Palamoa. Palanoa, can you promote my co-fund? Don't look at it and think, oh, it's a Tongan and it's so embarrassing. No, I need the help. So go for it. Mm-hmm, 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 mm. Yum, yum. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, that's the appetizer. Now let's move on to the next one. Piece of pork. Piece of kumara. Yeah, Paul, come. Come to the bush. Okay, I'm gonna eat and bear with me while I'm eating because some of you guys will say, what a disrespectful woman, okay? Eating with food in the mouth. Okay, there are a few things I want to talk to you about. The current event. I watch on Facebook a person, a man, an adult, um, punch, close fist, and punch a woman. I don't know who is the woman. I don't know who is the guy, but I watch it and I understand it is one of us. And so I am on live, I'm on YouTube live, and also I am on Facebook. I wanna talk about that. Okay. Yes, Paul, I met your dad at the birthday party of Anna. I always see you on the radio with Kato and Fina. So it's nice to see you, and I hope I will see you pretty soon. Okay. So I want to talk about that. And those are so this is my live tonight. Today is going to be free. First, we're going to talk about we're going to analyze. We call it analyze. In the treatment world, we call it analyze. So when we analyze or analyzo, we're going to talk about it and see how it ties in to our today's world. Okay? So I happened to come across Facebook and I saw this person. It was a happy occasion. I guess it was one of those dance or party of a alumni, and I guess it's Saineha alumni in one of the colleges or one of the high school in the Pacific, and they use that platform just to enjoy and just to reunite with their classmates or schoolmates. But I happened to watch, and it I got stuck on it because of who I am and what I do. I I was stunned by it, you know. I almost puke and I was disgusted by it because a male person, a male close, when I say close, close fist, a person who was taking a video camera is a video of the of the incidents and laughing about when this man with closed fist punch. So at first it was the elbow the back of the woman, and then the woman was just you know, almost fall forward and run forward, and then return to check why, probably why the elbow, and then this person, the male person, just boom, boom, just knock off or close fist. And when we close fist, if it's open, we just watch a Will Smith with an open hand, you know, slapping. This is totally different. It was closed fist. I guess if this guy was a celebrities, our attention will go to that person. But Will Smith was a celebrity, and the focus was on Will Smith. That was a no-no. That was a criminal act. But for me, I watched these ordinary people. They were dancing away. They were happy. A woman who was just dancing. I don't know. But the incident was happening. It was a close fist. Bang. I think down here or somewhere. I don't know. So, what I'm trying to say is it comes to a time that we don't really know, that we don't really have respect. What is respect? We can define respect in various ways. Respect can be, how we are culturally and traditionally, it's totally different. So we can look at it in a different way. But I was saddened to look at this guy, whoever he is. And and I just found out later it was at Maui, Hawaii. This is happening in the United States of America. And they have the nerve to put that video online with this man close fist and punch this woman. Okay, I am looking at myself. If I am that person, the woman who has faced that, I will go to the law, to make sure it's corrected in the right way. So why I like to talk, it's, maybe some of you guys will say Nanya or none of your business. This is my business because it is online and it is a public platform on the Facebook. And then I like to analyze that behavior because it connected to us Tongans and Pacific Islanders and Americans. We are all human beings. So to analyze the behavior, okay, what was happening? We don't know. Okay, we don't really know what was going on. There must be a trigger, or maybe the man was vulnerable. And for a woman who came out, who was dancing close by, she was so happy. She appears happy. She appears enjoying the dance and enjoying the music. And all of a sudden, a muscular man, elbow her, and she almost fall off. So she leaned forward, she moved forward, and then she came back to her position. So I'm not a cop, I'm not a police officer, but because I am a human and I love to do things online, I am bringing this incident so we can analyze it. Hi, Charlie, love to watch you. Hi, Vaisima. Okay, so it is very embarrassing. And maybe the guy was on his emotional mind, or maybe there were things in his head. And as a woman, or maybe the woman was telling him about something, or maybe they didn't like what the older lady was dancing right next to them. Maybe they were annoyed by it. I don't know what happened. My whole purpose is there must be someone was vulnerable, okay, and we don't know the external vulnerability or the internal vulnerability of the person or the muscular person, but he make a wrong choice to hit elbow or to knock with closed fist. So remember, by law, to spit, to touch, or to poke, or to touch anybody without permission, or that person doesn't like, ended up doesn't like you touching, that's a criminal act. Okay. And so that's why I'm just saying it. It was so embarrassing. It was so hurt. And I was disgusted by it when I look at it. So, as islanders, we sometimes say, forget it. Tuko mo fie kau, kwe kwa mo me eke mo kawai. Yes, Tukuya Island. The island, leave it in the island. You come to America, you have to comply with the rules and regulations of this land. This land, you have no one has the right to bully or to touch anybody. So when I watch this muscular person touching elbow and then close fist, it was not open like Will Smith, it was closed, and then punch a person, a woman. I don't know how you were taught. I guess your parents has taught you well, and I guess your mother have taught you well. And I think you have come across sometimes good people and good teachers who taught you well. But because that's where I am coming in as a human being, just to talk about this, freely talk and open up to share. What I have observed is a man who was dancing with a beautiful lady and a woman who was, I don't know if she had a partner, but she was dancing freely out and she was dancing her way out right next to these beautiful couples. The couples were seems enjoying, but it appears that there was something triggering him, and then instead of focusing on his beautiful partner or the person he was dancing with, he elbowed the woman, and then the woman malele off, run forward, and then return. Probably I am thinking maybe to check what happened, who elbowed. Anyway, I don't know that. I'm just gonna look at the what happened. And then all of a sudden I saw the man, instead of focusing on his beautiful partner, close fist, bang. The worst part of the body is the face here. I guess it was down here, out here, and here. You know, I watch violent. I watch hostility. People who are very aggressive, they do that. And they do that in jail also. But I was just happening to pass by this person and this incident. I was at all. Okay. I was so sad. I felt so sad because why would you hit a woman who is, you know, to be honest, the judge will look at you. Why did you? That's an assault. And it appears the person who was videoing, I don't know if it's just a clip or just planned, or maybe it was pre-planned or premeditated to assault this woman. So let's come back from that. I am saying this is a free talk. I hope we learn from this incident. That is shouldn't be online. That should be something that should be, talked privately about and solve the problem. It happened and we all see it and I share it and everybody share it and all my friends, even police officers, lawyers and people are watching it. They are watching it. It is not something to live alone. Okay, kai ko me aya ke tuknoai. It is something that we chose to come to this land and we need to comply with the law. We need to comply with the rules and regulations of this land. It was so embarrassing. And not only that, let's look at the pros and cons of the incidents. The pros or the positive part of it, the muscular person or the man has let go his anger or his aggressiveness, he has released it on this poor person, on this poor woman. Okay? The consequences of it, I guess if he is a human, he's going to feel the guilt conscience he had. Maybe the family or the children's or whoever, somebody's mother or grandmother or auntie or a sister or a brother and sister, whoever, there might be some more eruption will happen from this. Some more anger, some more aggressive, some more hostility or violence will come after this. That's the consequences. Another pros of this, or maybe let's pretend or let's famamalo that whoever, or maybe the pretty woman or the couple, they have been having issue with the woman, and now she's happy because now the husband has done this to the other woman and that pacify her. That's exactly what we see in Will Smith. Will Smith, open hands, slapped Chris Rock, okay? Slapped. And Chris Rock didn't press charge. But today they announced that Will Smith is what? Is banned from any Oscar award for 10 years. 10 years, it's a prison. It's a life prison because that's where Will Smith loves to be. That's where he will promote his popularity. He is banned from that. Okay? So his reputation will be go off, all that. But this man was open. But this guy whom I watched in the Sainea or the college from Tonga, the reunion dance or the whatever party it was close fisted. To close fist, that's a powerful weapon. So I want to stop there and I want to talk to you about something. If you are standing in front of someone and you tap that person by just like this, we usually do that as human because we know those people and we come from different cultures. We usually tap people. That's an assault. If you tap that person or you touch that person or you lay hand on that person without that person permission, that is an assault. That is a criminal act. Okay? And I know we will come in Tonga or in Samoa or in Fijian or in wherever we are from as human, we will come and say, oh, that woman was gossiping about the man's husband's wife or this and this and this. Well, forget about that. Well, that is the judge. You take that person. This is a land of free of speech, but to assault someone like that, it's a criminal act. Okay? So we remember this is a free talk. Hi, this is Brother Daly. He's calling to remind you your schedule for building things tomorrow. And you'll be working with Roger and Jane Mansfield. Call them and find out what time they'll be there. If there's any problems, give me a call. Thank you very much. Bye. So to analyze the behavior, we have to remember we live in this country. And that this country, even slapping, even pinching, corporal punishment. That's why the social worker or the social welfare or DSHS in this land, they come to your houses and take away children because what? Mom and dad used to what? To beat the heck out of the kids, abusing the kids. We need to remember that we live in a land that has full of laws and regulations, and we must learn to celebrate it or promote it and comply to. So, very important that we know that. That's one thing I want to talk about. And maybe we can, on our next video, we can go more. Of course, There is always a reason for things to happen. But what we watch in this video, it's not common. It's not, there's no reason because they were all dancing. Okay, later on, we will hear, oh, this woman was gossiping, was, come on. If I come and dance, I am one of those happy person. I dance. When I go party, I dance. I'm a drunken person. I don't drink or smoke, but sometimes when I am dancing, I am happy. I'm one of those happy women that I'll dance my way out. Whether you know me or you don't know me, I will dance my way out. But at the same time, it is very important that you respect the privacy of others too by not going to there. And and when we dance, it's a public platform. Everybody is invited to come there. Okay? So I don't know what happened in that. I don't get that about that because I'm not the judge. What we're talking about here is to analyze. It's to analyze the problem behavior that happened in that Saineha reunion or dance or whatever. And it happened, I just found out it happened in Maui. I was shocked it was happening in America. So my counsel to you guys, whenever something happened like that, do not video. The video is fine, but now we have evidence. The law have evidence already. Everybody saved that video. Very important number to use in this land whenever anything happens. You speed dial your phone or you just dial it 911. Only three numbers 911. Do not ask anybody where is that? Well, what's the number for the police? No. 911 is very important. Why? Because you will have the fire people. If your house is on fire or if you are burned or someone burned you, just call 911. 911 will bring also medical help. Okay, paramedic will come in there. They will help you if you need oxygen or need or a wound or if you are hurt or just call them. And the cops will be there too. The police will be there. So if you ever come to a time that you are like that woman who was uh, beat up or knocked down by a muscular person with closed fist, call 911. And those who were in the dance, they should have called 911. We lived in this land and we thought this is Tonga, this is Fiji, this is Samoa, that we can only call, it's family, we know we keep our va or tawivaha. No, you are in a land where you are going to be killed and assaulted and beat to death by a man or muscular person like that. Pick up the phone. And those who were watching, that person who was videoing, if this one goes to jail, goes to the court, that's one of the first things the judge will say, okay, then why didn't you call 911? She needs medical attention. Whether there was blood or you don't know she was internally bleeding, you know, Oktau Efihia, we are going to be responsible also and accountable for what happened to that poor woman because none of us have called 911. So it is very important that we live in this land, that we need to know what is going on and stop using the video, stop using the camera, dial the phone using 911 and report the address because once you dial it, they already know the address. They automatically find it. Okay? You need to dial 911. Do not yeah, if you are, sometimes Dr. Hamumu, we are in that situation and we are elevated negatively. So you need to turn to someone, call 911. It's just more like first aid. The rules or the law for first aid, you what? You check the person if she's fine. That poor woman was struck by a physical muscular hand, close fisted. Bang! That is so sad. Someone should have checked her first. Someone should have checked the woman if she is internally bleeding, maybe her tooth, there's one tooth is off, or her chest, very precious part, it was touched in this place. I don't even care if there was a ngutulau or a gossip happening in the past. The video I watch with my peers, with my some of my coworkers, we watch it. That's an illegal act. That is a criminal act. And whether you are trying to justify the actions, and some of us go down natulaya, we will say, hey, take care of your own thing, worry about your own business. No, it's a public business now because it was online. And when you come to social media, you belong to us, just like me. You have to come, you have to have thick skin to understand that people will talk to you negatively or positively. And it's okay. But remember, when you act like that and you have an evidence, that's a hard evidence, there is a video of it and his face. And I even asked who was it, and they told me the name. Okay? I hope that you learn to take them to the right place. That's why murder happens. That's why extended family fighting each other and a butcher knife or machete comes in because of what? We don't like to take it to the right place to correct and to solve the problem in the right place. Um, I have a kui that always say, "Well, will you come and you come and steal from my plantation and my root crops? I'm gonna go with you to court." And we ask, look at that family, and you know what he says? Wharehopo o ikai ko feitu ia tu usia toto. Ko feitu e whakatonton, ke tono for merino ang e toto. So that tells you what I'm trying to say. You go to court, okay, let the judge help you. And if he means to go to jail, let him go to jail because he needs to go. He needs to go there and be treated and rehabilitate himself. Maybe he needs some anger management class, or maybe he needs some dialectical behavioral therapist, or maybe he needs drug and alcohol. Probably he is a kava party guy, and maybe he mixed kava with vodka and all that, or maybe he's a smoker, or that the chemicals in the brain is altering the our brain functions, and that's why he reacted in such a way. So I just want to say, anything happen like that, dial 911. It's not bad, it's okay. Okay, if it's your uncle, if it's your auntie's husband, and if it's your sisters or your husband's makasuva, or your dial the phone. Dial the phone. 911. 911 is a three important numbers, and that will safeguard yourself and save you from all other negative things that will happen or consequences, or save yourself from killing and hurting each other. So I'm trying to say that because I just watched Will Smith and how he walked up in the Oscar award and slapped Chris Rock. Okay, I give kudos to Chris Rock. Will Smith has lots of positive things, but what happened? His negative act covered all the goodness he had done because he didn't control himself. And for whoever that guy, the Tongan guy who elbow the woman and also close fist. Why I always say close fist? Because it is an ugly weapon. It is very strong. and it's a weapon because it's very powerful. And all your thumb and all your bones, a it is a weapon. It's just more like this. You get it? When the judge will look at it, he will say, "Hoo." So it's better for him. So if I were the lover of that person, or if I were the husband, it's okay. It's okay to take him to court and do it in the right way, people. Because if you don't do it in the right way, it will happen the second time and the third time. You're gonna be you're gonna be sad. You're gonna go down to the grave with it. So that's why I come tonight. It has been in my mind and I watch it and it matches the time of Will Smith. Will Smith take ownership of his mistake. And that's what I love about it. When you are coming to, when you are being treated and rehabilitated, you will learn to take ownership. I haven't heard this guy coming up on social media and say thank you. I watched another video someone shared with me, but the video, it looks like someone's, or maybe the woman who was being assaulted by this person. The boys came to the house, and then the beautiful woman probably is the person who was yelling behind the video. But what I don't understand is why don't you stop video, dial 911? Because you have an evidence. But there was no evidence in this video, but the evidence I watched was the closed fist. So I am just trying to share that with you guys because it is very, very important that we do the right thing. Because sometimes you want to take the law to your hands, okay? And when you take the law into your hands, and that's when you ended up what? Hurting others and more, and then more family members join, or more people come in and join. It's very important that you do it in the right way. I know it's fakama. Sometimes we say, "Oh, we shouldn't do it that way. We shouldn't," because it's our culture. Our culture. When your uncle keep beating you, you don't want to report because social workers or the social welfare will take the kids away. No, you're not helping. Remember, Heavenly Father entrusted you to be a caregiver for His children, and when we abuse it, no. Articles of faith in the belief where I am, we support the law and kings and presidencies. We need to take it to the right place so you don't have to what? To do it or to bring the law into your own hands. And that's when you go to the house, look for the man, and you are going to end up in what? In court. So that's why I just wanted to help you guys out. I just wanted to share with you some of the things and try to analyze this behavior. It's not an okay behavior. We have been grown up as islanders and we have been beaten up by our teachers. And I'm so sorry. I have been a teacher in the past. And I pinch and I smack and I hit. That is an awful, awful teacher. But you come to this land, you are mature and you are growing up, you have children, and you come to this land and you say, "How beautiful the Lord here." Because you don't use corporal punishment to hit kids. You don't hit your wife when your wife is eloping with another man, or when your husband is eloping with another woman. It happens. And what happened? We have to what? Use a positive way to solve the problem instead of hitting. And we have gone through lots of stuff like that. And we ignore it because we thought we will try to use our culture and our custom to cover up that wrongdoings. No, we come to a land where it's binding us by law. We need to embrace and comply. Sometimes we see, okay, oh, she is my teacher. Oh, see, she's my auntie. She's my she's my uncle. Uncle and auntie, stop hitting. Stop using your fist because You are no, it's a criminal act. It's not right. And that's why I come just to, if you, those of you who are watching, if you can share, because I am on YouTube Live and also Facebook, you can share. This is something that I wanted to you guys to know, and that's this is remember, I'm not a counselor here. I'm not a therapist. I am just a free person. I'm just trying to share with you in my experience and what I do and what I see. I wish that some of you guys will learn from this. Learn from Will Smith. That's a no. I understand he was protecting his wife. We will say that, yes, I will. I have learned not to do that. I have learned not to say that. I have learned to not to come home and tell my husband that Mary was gossiping about me, because what happened? My husband will be having and negative thoughts and elevated in negative emotions, and that's what happened. Eh? We have seen it in the island when it's basketball time, that one of the ugliest, brutal killing in I think Fakakai was an uncle or a father. Some of the daughters came home from the basketball game and they were telling their father. And what happened? The father didn't have a time or a chance to think. His brain was already in darkness and he was elevated in negative emotions. And then the brain function was not functioning well. The wise man was not there. What happened? The butcher knife, remember? The machete, you get it? He ran and find those people. And what happened? Families, extended family joined. He butchered those people. He cut those people with those knives. And why I'm trying to say this, because it is a small, tiny thing that can lead to a huge thing. Small things create greater things. So it goes to us mothers, that sometimes when we are so upset and when we are so mad with some of the when our children come home and say, oh, so and so was saying, your dad did this, your mother was this, your sister was this, and then what happened? You don't stop and say, did you do something else? Did you say something to that person? What caused that person to say that to you? Instead of that, you elbow, you close fist. Oh, I said, I'm coming over. I'm going to get there. And I have done that. And I'm speaking from experience. I have done it. And I have learned it in a hard way. Sometimes that leads to more fight, and then it becomes a criminal act. Okay? We all get angry. We all have what? We all have emotion. Okay? It can be good, it can be positive, but we need to be very careful with what we do in this land. Anytime you are about to cuss someone else, remember it's a free speech country here. People can talk, people can they say things, but if it's a defamation of your character, that's another law. Okay? But what I'm trying to say is learn to be skillful. And I always talk about the three mindset: the emotional mindset, the rational mindset, and the wise mind. Your emotional is happy, and it can be sad, it can be negative, it can be positive. Okay? Mostly it's your emotional that causes the negative. And your rational mind, that's where a reasonable mind, that's where your calculation, that's where your what? Your decision making. And if you are making a good decision, that means you are mostly in a positive emotional mind. We need to be in our wise mind, meaning we need to be in the best of our focus. That means you are going to use your focus head to analyze things like we are analyzing things. We are analyzing the fight here. Okay? When we analyze things, we learn to what? To see what triggers, what was going on in this husband's mind. Was he being filled up with anger from the beautiful lady that he was dancing with? Was he being told by the wife or the woman that he was dancing that you need to elbow or need to hit or need to do something to this woman? I don't know. We didn't see it in the film. What we see is an elbow and a closed fist on part of the woman's frontal part, either the chest or the chin or the mouth here. We don't know. We don't even know what was the vulnerability. And maybe this husband or this man was a nice man. But because the woman, the pretty woman, was the one who triggers him to do this, I don't know. The judge will finalize that. What matters is when we are emotional, negatively elevated in negative emotion, we tend to make wrong decision and unhealthy decision. And then I believe that this young man or this man he appears to be a very good looking guy and a beautiful looking woman that he danced with. It appears that that's why. So I'm going to talk about our tongue. The tongue is one of the smallest part of our body, but it can torture, it can become a sword, it can hurt, and it can penetrate by words to hurt someone else. I like to speak bluntly and I like to speak forward and just direct. But I have learned from what I do at work to think before. And what I'm trying, and the goodness about this, because I have experienced all this, okay, and I learned from it. So for those of you who come and said, leave him alone, you take care of your own business. Yes, when it comes to social media, it is the public's business. We already saved the video, and probably the cops already saved it. So we need to be smart. And if you want to know what I'm eating, it's a piece of pork chops. And I have crab salad with sweet potato, Hawaiian sweet potato. So I am on YouTube Live and also Facebook. So just for information, those are the things that I want to share with you. And also, it's all about our culture and our tradition. It's all about how we were raised in the islands, back in the islands. Sometimes our parents or our mother or our father or I was adopted or my uncle or my auntie will pinch my ear or slap me because for me I was a person like to talk and I like to speak up and speak my mind. I remember I got beat up by my mother one day with a big broom because I openly say something to my uncle which she thinks it was inappropriate. But I was expressing myself and how I think. My mom beat the heck out of me with a big broom. Well, because I was in the island, it was okay. But that is so dark. That is in the dark time. We shouldn't do that. We should allow our people or our children to speak up. So I got beat up, but I learned. I learned not to speak like that. But you know what the sad thing about it? I learned to zip my mouth and I didn't want to talk to any of those elderly people, even though they were doing something wrong. You see, that's a problem. When we bring our culture and use it as a way to justify our wrongdoings, that is a no no. In this land, I like it because we are not supposed to touch anybody. Like I said, if you poke, if you like this, that somebody with that person didn't want to be touched and that person take you to court because you assaulted that person, and you go, no, I was just doing this. No, in this land, in America, you don't do that. It's a criminal act. It's assault. Okay? So because of who we are, and we were trained very young, oh, when elders speak, you zip, you don't talk. I got beat up by my siblings, my sisters, when I speak up, because they were raised in the island. When your older sisters and your older brothers speak, you need to zip. You don't have any right to talk. And I think when I watched this video, the assaulting video of the woman in Maui from the Saineha reunion dancing or whatever, people were laughing. The person who took the video was giggling when the big muscle guy elbowed the poor woman. And I wonder if anybody called the cops. And I wonder if anybody called 911. So learn from today that 911 is the best number to dial when you are in a situation like this. And for the children who are watching, make sure you dial 911 when you see this. Do not listen. Oh, don't do it because that's your auntie. Oh, that's your uncle. That's your brother's friend. No, there's something we call inciting. Anybody who were in that dancing, watch this poor woman being assaulted, and you didn't do anything, you are also at fault. You are also at the wrong side, because it looks like you are promoting and you are inciting, and that's against the law too. So I am just trying to share with you, because of who we are and the culture we have. We usually come here and we don't want to say anything because we know that it's our best friends or your mom's brother. No, we have taken away people, in this land. Social workers and the DSHS will come and remove those people who are assaulting their children and abusing and neglecting them. So I guess we need to end this. We need to end this tradition. We need to end it now instead of abusing. And once you are elevated in anger, you just, I was like that, and I have learned it in the hard way. I have to learn it, and I go through 911. I go through that. I learn it in the hard way, and I'm asking you guys, stop, because you're going to end up somewhere you don't want to be. And your children will be passing around like a bing bong ball, your husband or your new wives or the new husband will chase them around. I have learned to redirect myself and face it and teach myself. We usually, sometimes we get mad, we hit our kids. Please, let's not do that anymore. Let's refrain from doing that. We yell, we cuss at them. Sometimes, and I go to work and I am very therapeutic with those who are at work with me, see? And my children sometimes says, Mom, you are very therapeutic with the people you go work with. But when you come home, you are not. So it starts from home, because, or else your son will grow up and do what this Saineha Liahona guy did to that poor woman. I married a guy, Kristutuk, an alumni of Atele or Tonga College. And that's one thing I have learned from the Atele group, that I am currently in their group, and I watch. Very respectful to the women. It's so shame and embarrassing when you see that your own school, Saineha Liahona or just Saineha alone, did such an awful act. And then another video comes, and then I see that comments justifying the action of the brutal guy. So we need to shape up, and we need to do more better. It must be a mom, he must be a grandmother, and she has kids whom they loved her. and they treat her with respect. And I guess if those kids were there, or the husbands or the brothers, there is going to be more happening in that dance. I suggest that if you are angry and if your wife or the beautiful woman have been frahumea, or tell your husband or tell your man that this woman is annoying and this, so the heck, let her dance and twist her bum. Let her behind roll and twist. What is wrong with her being happy? And when I watch it, I'm a widow too. And I danced myself for the very first time. I went to a birthday party last week and I danced my way. When I watched this woman being hit, I assumed she was not having a partner. I could imagine that can happen to me. Okay? So I hope that we are not passing around things that triggers anger and things that makes your husband vulnerable, and he is going to be a monster in front of the public and brutally beating this woman. So I'm asking you guys, please do not do that. Okay? Do not do that. Be nice, be kind, be gentle, easy manner. Validate that person and try to live in the same community and enjoy in the same place instead of being brutal and instead of being abusive. Not to a man, but to a woman. Come on, sir. Man up. You can only use that closed fist on the boxing bag. Do it there. Or use your pillow to box that. Never use it on a man. And I guess you have seen it. And I don't know if you have seen it very young. And I guess you grew up to do that. I'm so sorry. And I don't want to use anybody's name here because I'm analyzing the behavior. And I hope that you guys will learn. And if you are coming from the island, all those island ways have to stop because you're going to end up in jail. And I'll be happy to work with you. All right? Thank you and have a wonderful day. You can share. Thank you. Good night.